So hey guys, welcome back to my channel Dream UPSC with Manisha, and now we'll discuss a detailed discussion about the syllabus of the UPSC, the parts in which the UPSC examination is divided. From the very basic we'll start. Let's start with the video. So as we all know that UPSC stands for Union Public Service Commission. It is a India level examination. Moving next, we see here that UPSC examination is divided into three parts: the prelims, the mains, and the interview. The prelims consists of 400 marks, the mains of 1750 marks, interview is of 275 marks with a grand total of 2025 marks. The prelims contains two objective papers for the selection of candidates to the mains only. It's only a screening test, and there is a provision of 1/3 negative marking in prelims also. So negative marking is to be kept in mind always while attempting the questions, so that you have an idea of the cutoff and how to cross the cutoff with the negative marking. The second is the mains. It consists of 5 GS papers, 2 optional subjects papers, and 2 qualifying papers. Qualifying papers are not counted in the final merit. It means that only the 5 of the GS papers and 2 of the optional papers are counted. In the 5 GS papers is also a further division, which we'll see in the upcoming slides. When you'll sail through the prelims and the mains, then you will face the interview of a very competent and unbiased board members. It is only a personality test, so no test of knowledge is there. It's only a test of your personality. Many people are afraid of the interview, or they think that you can't sail in the interview, but it's a very easy thing. An interview of the candidates is just to think how the board members felt after talking to you. They're just talking to you a normal talk, in which you have to be very very aware of the current affairs. Current affairs play a very important role in all the three parts, but in interview it plays a major role. So moving on to the next slide, we'll see the prelims. As I told you, the second paper is also known as CSAT, which is known as Civil Services Aptitude Test. So the paper 1 is the general studies paper, which is of 200 marks, and the duration of the examination is 2 hours, and it is the objective type paper with 1/3 negative marking. Paper 2 is the CSAT paper, which tests your aptitude of being a civil servant or not. It is also of 200 marks with a 2 hours duration, and it also consists of 1/3 negative marking. Qualifying paper, it's only a qualifying paper, that is, we require only 33% marks in CSAT. Now moving on to the next, this is the detailed prelim syllabus, which will help you to know the prelims syllabus very well. So the paper 1 is of 2 hours duration, as told before. The first thing that comes is the current events of national and international importance. That means that you have to be very very aware of the current affairs, because 50% of the paper consists of current affairs only. The second thing is the history of India and international movement. Basically the history, with most focus is on modern history. Although UPSC focuses on all the three histories, but the modern history is very important. That's why it is mentioned Indian national movement. The books I'll tell you in the next video. In this video we'll only discuss about the syllabus. The third topic is India and the world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Since we live in India and we are giving an India level examination, therefore the Indian geography is to be known very very well, with a lot of command on physical geography, human geography, and social geography. Social geography, as we all know about the society. I know sociology must be about the society, but the geography of the society comes to mind when we talk about social geography. The fourth point is Indian polity and governance. So we all know the government, the constitution, the polity. Often polity is misconcepted with constitution, but they are two different terms. When I'll start the detailed discussion on polity, then I'll tell what is the difference between them. Panchayati Raj, public policy, rights issues, etc., etc. Then we come to economic and social development. We all know the demography, the social sector initiatives. We all have to have a very good knowledge about it. Sustainable development is also a very important topic. Then we come on the environment portion. Because we live in an environment and we need to know the climate changes, the biodiversity. It does not require any subject specialization, is just written, but you have to be very well aware. This is mainly the current affairs portion. Like, we know that Delhi is suffering from a lot of pollution, but this is only a climate change, right? It is based upon the environment, so we do not require any subject specialization. It's just about the current affairs going on. And general science, we all know physics, chemistry and biology, but not a such, like, you don't have to be a scientist here, you just have to be an administrator here. So you just have to know the science in terms of an administrator. Coming on to the paper 2, it is also of 200 marks, equally important it feels. The duration is of 2 hours, but it's just a aptitude paper and you don't have to be afraid of it. It's just about the English, the reasoning and the mathematics portion. Many of the students who sit in IAS or civil services examination have faced many of the competitions before facing this. So you have to have a bit of knowledge about the mathematics portion or the reasoning portion or the English portion. So this is not a difficult paper, you just have to be very well aware of the things. Note 1 and note 2 just written for the very well understanding of the topic. So paper 2 of the civil services examination will be a qualifying paper, as I have told you before also. And second thing is that students have to appear in both the examinations so that they can qualify the prelims, and both the examinations are evaluated, but the thing is the second one only requires 33% marks. Moving on to the next, we know that there are five categories in which I have divided the syllabus here. So the first category is the qualifying paper, in which you have paper A and paper B. The second is the essay, third is the GS, third and fourth basically consists of GS papers, and the fifth is the optional thing. So talking about the qualifying papers, there is one Indian language paper which is of 300 marks in 3 hours time, and paper B is general English which is of 300 marks in 3 hours time. Second one is the essay. Essay is of 250 marks in 3 hours duration. GS paper, there are 4 GS paper in this. They all are of 250 marks and 3 hours each. Time you get to solve the paper. This is GS1 consists of Indian heritage and culture, as you see written here. History and geography of the world and society. Second, GS paper 2 consists of governance, polity, constitution, social justice, international relations. GS3 paper has technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security, disaster management, and GS4 consists of ethics, integrity and aptitude. Coming to the optional subjects, you have to choose. I've provided a list of optional subjects in the next slide upcoming. You have to choose one paper in which you have to give 2 papers. Like, one subject you can choose, out of which you have to give 2 papers for that subject, which is of 250 marks and 3 hours duration. It consists of 9 papers as is written, 5 of GS papers, 2 optional and 2 qualifying papers. Now moving on to the next slide, we see here the detailed main syllabus written here. So the qualifying papers are of the Indian languages and the English. It is just to test the candidate's ability to read and understand the prose, the poetry, everything written in English language and Indian language concerned. As written in English, I have written the comprehension, précis, usage and vocabulary, short essays, and the Indian languages consists of the same thing, but there is a translation from English to Indian and Indian to English, whichever Indian language you will choose. In the next slide, I will show the list of Indian languages also. So this is the list of Indian languages jumping to you. This is a huge list: Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Bodo, Dogri, Maithili and Santhali. Out of these languages, you have to choose one language. English is not here because English you'll give a paper the second paper. So English is not included here. Apart from English, you can choose any of the languages provided in this list. Now moving on to the next slide, we'll talk about the essay paper, which is the paper 1. Candidates have to write an essay on multiple topics. You'll be provided many topics here, so you have to write the essays. And let's follow the hamburger format which I have put in here. Hamburger format, as you can see, the burger is divided into many portions, 5 portions. So the top one is the introduction portion. The lettuce which is kept in between is the first paragraph. The tomato in the second is the second paragraph. The burger portion is the third paragraph, and the bottom bun is the conclusion. Here you have to be very specific about the topic. You can use your quotes, you can write the things which come to your mind, or you can relate your essay with the current affairs portion, because there is the knowledge, there have to be have a knowledge of current affairs very specifically. I'm telling current affairs again and again because it plays a very important role, so focus must be on current affairs. Next we'll come to the next slide, which is the GS paper 1, which is the paper 2 of the mains. Students generally get confused that it is the GS paper 1, so it is paper 1. No, paper 1 is essay. Paper 2 is GS paper 1, which talks about Indian heritage and culture, history and geography of the world and society. Here we talk about the sociological issues also, role of women, the patriarchal society which we live in, the history, the geography of India and the world. The detailed syllabus, I don't think I have to read it out. If you think so, I'll provide the PPT on my Telegram channel. You can go there, visit and download the PPT. Since syllabus is the guiding light of the UPSC examination, I'll definitely tell you that you should have the printout of this PPT, because it is prepared in a good manner. Or you can get the syllabus from any other source, but you have to have the syllabus. The second thing which comes is the GS paper 2, which is the paper 3 of the mains, which discusses about governance, constitution, polity, social justice and international relations. It's also a very important paper because this paper is dependent upon current affairs. This whole paper is about current affairs. Constitution and polity are often misconcepted because you think that whatever is written in the book of the constitution is the polity itself. No, polity is very much different from constitution. When I'll begin with the polity classes, I'll tell you in deep how does it differ, right? You can see the whole thing written over here also. If you want, as I said, you can take the screenshot or you can download the syllabus. I'll put it in my Telegram link. Now moving on to the paper 3, which is the paper 4, GS paper 3. So this paper is there of technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, internal security and disaster management. Here one source I would like to tell that for disaster management, students are often worried that how to prepare disaster management, since we don't have an NCERT, any specific book about disaster management. So I'll say that the website of the National Disaster Management Authority, which is known as NDMA, will be your guiding light here. You can visit the website and you'll see that every disaster is explained very well there, and you can download in the PDF form or you can read it from there and prepare your own notes. So I'll show you my notes when I'll do the classes of and disaster management. Technology is basically about science and tech, the recent developments in science, the recent the recent development in technologies. Economics and the environment portion is to be covered here very well. Now moving on to there's a photo of the India Gate also I have put, just because of the Delhi pollution, so that you can know the level of pollution and get through the topic very easily. And disaster management is to be read very thoroughly, but there are only, like, you have to follow the trend. If you are sitting for the exam in 2022, you should have the mains examination question paper of 2021, and you should see the trend, the question paper, how is it coming in that format. Now moving on to the next slide, we'll see the GS paper 4 and the paper 5 of the mains examination, which talks about ethics, integrity and aptitude. Here I would like to give one suggestion. If you are preparing, you have to prepare for this paper very well, because it is of the equal marks. For this paper you should write a diary daily. Your daily life incidences you can write, or something which has inspired you in a day, the day which has passed. You should write. You should have a very deep knowledge of diary writing, not like you should, because you get a command of the vocabs, right? I'll show you my diary when I start teaching the ethics portion also. So ethics, this paper is generally of the case study portion. You are an officer, you will take bribe from the common public, from the because you are a civil servant, and servant cannot take bribe. So that's all tested in the ethics paper. Okay, the next we move to paper 6 and paper 7, which are the optional subjects, paper 1 and 2, as I had talked earlier. So here's a list of the subjects which are available to you: the agriculture, animal husbandry, anthropology, botany, chemistry, civil engineering, commerce, economics, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medicine science, philosophy, physics, political science, international relations, and the psychology, public administration, sociology, stats, zoology, and the literature of these following languages. So you have to opt from all these subjects, the whole literature thing also, a single subject, one subject. It's often confused that you have to take that subject only which you had in your graduation, but that's not the case. If you are not interested in that subject, like I know you can do graduation in one disciple, but you might be interested in the next one, seeing your friends or seeing your colleagues or seeing the trend of UPSC. It depends upon seeing the trend also of the UPSC. If you like geography and you are an engineer, you can go with geography. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to take the field of engineering which you had as an option, right? Many of the people take literature also as the optional. You can also go with the literature if you have interest in literature, reading Shakespeare in English, and I don't know the writers of Hindi, but yeah, you can go with that, right? Now moving on to the next slide, we'll see the personality test. So as I have written here, it's only the test of your personality, how well you go there, how well you talk to the board members, how well you express your views, because expressing your views is a very big thing. Not everyone can do that. It's of 275 marks, and this time as we can see the UPSC CSE result 2020, we know that Dr. Apala Mishra, All India rank 9, she has scored 215 marks out of 275 marks. The record till now was 212, and she has broken that record also. So this is just a personality test. I would tell you all to visit an interview of her on, I don't know, some YouTube channel. Because she just to know the facial expression, just to see her way of talking, see her way of expressing to the board members. And if your interview goes well, if the board members like your interview, they'll talk to you for 40 to 45 minutes. And it does not, like, it's not a general view, it's like, yes, this can happen. And if they don't like your interview might be finished in 20 to 25 minutes. But if they like your interview, in most of the cases it goes on for 40 to 45 minutes. So this is the picture of the interview in which you have to go. Their board members are sitting there. They'll ask you some questions related to the current affairs also, but there'll be no question on your books thing, because you have cleared the mains on the basis of knowledge of the bookish things only, right? No need to be afraid of the interview, right? Let's move on to the second thing. So thank you for watching the video, and the last thing I'd like to tell, do like the video, share it with your friends who are preparing for UPSC, guide them through it. I hope I'll be your guiding light in whole of the journey of yours. And please subscribe the channel also. Follow me on Instagram with the following link provided here. I'll upload this PPT on my Telegram channel also. If you want to get the printout of the syllabus, I'll say that don't want to get the printout, you should have the printout. You should have the printout on your study table throughout your journey, because as I have told you, syllabus is the guiding light. You have to look at the syllabus daily. If you want to clear UPSC in your first attempt, you should gulp the whole syllabus, right? You should know each and every point of the syllabus. If anyone has any confusion in the syllabus, they can message me on Telegram also. I'll solve the queries there only, then and there only. And if you want to see a bifurcated syllabus, like if you want that history should be bifurcated into different topics, please comment on the video. I'll definitely share the bifurcated syllabus also. This was just a general guideline of the syllabus, and I'll say that please download the PPT, please read it daily, please take the printout of it, keep it on your study table, and go through the syllabus daily. I'll be more than happier to guide you in the journey of UPSC. And thank you so much for watching. As I told earlier, do subscribe the channel. Bye bye.